Looking for a 5-minute craft for Easter that is super fun, super easy, and is decor that won't take up a whole lot of space when it comes to storage? I've got you covered, my friends. Hey everybody, it's Whitney with Girl Friday Crafts. Welcome to Stencils Sunday, hosted by the Painted Peach and Funky Junk Inspiration. I'm always excited to be a part of these collabs and be with you. Make sure you follow our entire playlist. It's linked in the comments. Like, subscribe, comment, share with family, share with friends, anybody that you think may be interested in these videos. I am so excited because today we are going to be using some Chalk Couture, we're going to call them stencils because it's Stencil Sunday, adhesive stencils and 3D surfaces to make these little eggs and to make these little bunnies. They're super cute, super easy, can be done in 5 minutes, and so much fun. So let's get to watching. Bye, everybody. So I did a little prep here and painted our surfaces, These are the 3D eggs, slide together like that. Painted this side this is called Vintage Victorian in the Home Decor chalk paint. And then each of these other sides a different color. The yellow is Summer Porch, and the blue is called Patina. I will make sure to link to these in the description. The next time I paint these, I'm going to put a primer on first. I'm going to use my Bonding Boss first because that's 2 coats, and you can still see some of that MDF coming through. So I'm trying to figure out what it takes on these MDF surfaces to really get good coverage. And then I painted the bunny, all one side. This is the sheepskin. These are the 2 transfers I'm using, the Bunnies and Blooms pattern and the Egg Hut pattern. This is all from the 2026 spring release. You could also use the Dainty Florals or the Chicks pattern. I think either one of those would be absolutely adorable on the eggs or the bunnies, or both if you wanted to put different designs on either side. We are going to do a layer of surface wax on these because I've painted them and did not really have a kind of 24-hour window to let the paint completely cure. We're going to do the bunny first. I'm going to take my fuzzing cloth and we are going to defuzz this transfer, or fuzz this transfer. This is just to help get a little bit of that sticky off the back. Makes it a little less adhesive. Still will stick really well, will give you a nice flat adhesion, but also a little room to pull up without pulling up your paste. In this instance, again, pulling up paint, which is why we used the surface wax. For surfaces like this, I usually fuzz 5 to 6 times if we were doing plastic or glass. Paper, I would do a little more. And we're going to use all of the pastes that I'm using today come from the spring release. So these are all the new in vogue colors. We're going to use Tropic. We're going to use the Lime Sorbet. We're going to use Taffy. We're actually going to use this lilac ink. You can ink on non-textile surfaces, just know it dries a little bit different. You don't have to heat set it. And then maybe use Lights Out, which was the February color of the month. I'm trying to think about how to mix these colors up in a way that everything's going to stand out on the various colors that I've used to paint the surface. And I think I'm going to use the lime sorbet on the bunny because it's the lightest color and would probably be the one to pop the least on the yellow, the pink, and the light blue that I used. And the tricky part sometimes is finding a place to touch your surface. You aren't going to get your fingers wet. Get your fingers in wet paste. Slide that off. I'm just going to let that sit right there as it is on the backer sheet because we're going to use that again in a second. Okay, and there is our bunny. I really like that lime sorbet. You can see it really well, but it's very subtle. Put that there. And then we're going to take one egg and get out the egg hunt pattern. We're going to do exactly the same thing. Now you could be super fancy and do multicolors on this with a paste and peel or with a hot mess technique or even an ombre. I am going to just do a one and done. Okay, so now I think on this yellow, we're going to do this lilac. Now again, this is ink, perfectly fine to use ink on a surface like this. It will feel a little tacky for probably several days up to a week until it dries completely, and then that tackiness will go away. These are the cutest little Easter home decor DIYs. They're so easy. And they come apart when you are done with them. So you can lay them flat to put them away, which makes it really nice because they just don't take up a ton of space. And if you just put like maybe a layer of tissue paper or something like that in between the pieces, or if you spray seal them or coat them with gator hide or clear spray paint, then they won't, if they rub against each other, you won't get any scratches in your paste. I love that color combination. I really like how that turned out. Also, the thing that's really nice about, these sort of Easter DIY projects is that you can really tailor them to your own home decor. I also really like these because these are the epitome of a 15-minute craft. Okay, I think we're good to go there. Flip this over so we get good coverage. Do the same thing, push that down really well. We might have a little bit right there, but it's fine. Okay, so on this side, we're going to use now I don't remember what color this is. Tropic. Oh. I'm going to peel this up. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. Very springy. Okay, so there's one side of the egg. There's the other. We're going to take our bunny. We're going to see if it's dry. Very carefully. Oh yeah, he's dry. Okay, nice. So we're going to move the eggs out of the way. right there. A little bit of an angle. Transfer down. Oh yeah, that'll work. And this one up. I didn't wax this side. Oops. I only waxed one side. So you can see I'm not having as easy of a time pulling the transfer up. It's because I didn't wax it. Now it's not pulling any of the paint up or any of the paste. So I'm lucky there. But that would have pulled up much easier if I had waxed it. So there is our sea glass side. And we're going to use the Dainty Florals. Okay, so we got this fuzzed. Now, this is sort of very clearly an up and down pattern. So we're going to try to do it like this to get good coverage, and then see if when the time comes I can get a second egg out of this without having to wash it. We might not get that lucky. Okay. So my thought was that I wanted to use the taffy on this blue side, but I also want everything to be a different color. So we've used the sea glass, we've used Flamme Sorbet, we've used the, I don't know why I keep wanting to call this Tide. This is Tropic. We've used the Tropic, we've used the Lilac. So we're going to bring in some lights out because I really love this color. This is not an in vogue color for spring, but was the March color of the month. Just a couple of spots where it looks like the design is not going through. And I don't know if that's because there's something on the back of the transfer. I wonder if I might have not buffed the wax very well right in that spot. You can't really see it. Excuse me. You can't really see it, so it's not that big a deal. But that might be because of the glob of wax. You'll see that right there, that little bubble. All right, so there is that. And then you get to see all four, which is even more fun. Down here, and I'm going to put this on a diagonal a little bit too. Not that you're really going to be able to tell. But. And we're going to use taffy on this one. So now we've seen all the new in vogue colors. In how colors show up on how paste colors show up on a background color. Like I just said the word color a whole lot. Okay, this is really cute too. We're gonna drop this down. Look at those cutie patootie little chicks. I love that. That was definitely the good choice there. All right, get this on my backer sheet. And that over there. We're going to let that dry, and we're going to put these together. So we should be good to go. Bunny's nice and dry. So this little piece slides right in there. Now you might have a little bit of drama because of the paint. Now, this is going to scratch. So I do recommend at least a little bit of gator hide or some sort of spray sealant or something to prevent that from happening. I've got a little piece that's giving me fits, making it hard to get that in there. And then this part right here goes into the short slot on the base. Just pops right down in there, and your bunny becomes 3D and stands up. And again, there's 3 different sizes of that on the bunny. That is not dry. Dry that real quick. Okay, so I took my drying tool to that to dry it real quick. Again, same with this, I would recommend sealing these with some gator hide or clear spray paint or whatever spray sealer you prefer. Probably even do it with Mod Podge if you don't have any of those. Just to put a layer of protection, you want to make it a really light layer because these fit really closely together. But then there's our egg. In all different colors and all different sizes, or all different designs. It's really cute. I'm going to bring my front-facing camera here so y'all can see a little bit better. And there's, again, 3 of these in the kit, different sizes. So, you know, you could one design on each egg, one color on each, that sort of thing, 3 different sizes of the bunnies. So I hope you liked that super simple Easter home decor DIY. Very fun to do, very kid friendly, or girls' night friendly, you know, family friendly, that sort of thing. So a link to the products is also in the video description, as well as to the rest of the collab. Thank you for hanging out with us. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Follow along on that whole entire playlist. Check out everybody's videos, and we will see you all next month. Bye, everybody.